Alien Isolation is a survival horror game based on the Alien movie series, taking most of its inspiration from the first film. The game is set 15 years after the movie Alien, and the player takes on the role of Amanda Ripley, while she searches for clues of her mother's disappearance, Ellen Ripley, the film's protagonist. Amanda's search brings her to the space station Sevastopol. Immediately upon arrival, it is clear that not all is well upon the station. Throughout the adventure, Ripley will come in contact with violent humans, androids, and of course, the alien. Since Amanda is an engineer and not a fighter, the game promotes a largely stealthy style of play. While a few weapons do end up within the player's disposal, they are intended to be used as a means of a last resort, and no weapon can ever kill the alien. On top of weapons, tools for distraction are available and can be crafted with components found aboard the station. Items like the noisemaker, of course, produce noise that enemies will investigate, allowing Ripley to slip past safely. Early in the game, the player will come across a motion detector. This device, as the name implies, detects the motion of any life form, organic or not, though it will not specify if they are above or below you. When the alien is around, Ripley must do everything possible to avoid it. If the alien ever catches the player, it's an immediate game over. Using items, as well as your environment, are crucial to survival upon Sevastopol. The fear from Alien Isolation comes primarily from the environment itself, rather than throwing a cheap jump scare at the player. There's a constant feeling of being hunted, something the developers have mastered with the way the AI is designed. The way the alien is programmed allows him to slowly adapt. Using the same items against him will cause him to be unaffected, forcing the player to constantly adapt with the creature. Also, hiding in a spot for too long will increase the odds of being found, which promotes a more on-the-move style of play. The sound design is a large part of what makes the immersion so real. When the alien is lurking in the vents above Ripley, the clattering will be greatly audible, and when he is on the hunt, you will hear his heavy stomps around you as well as his frightening grunts. All of this really helps to keep the player immersed and terrified. There are a few breaks in immersion, however. For example, when Ripley enters a locker for hiding, she always slams the door, and when exiting, charges out in full force. The sound produced from locker abuse doesn't seem to affect any of the enemies, and they will only know you are there if they actually saw you enter. For a modern survival horror title, Alien Isolation is incredibly long, with a first playthrough lasting 20 to 25 hours. This comes with its pros and cons, as it can feel like it drags on a bit too long, especially towards the end of the experience. The game would have felt much more satisfying if a few sections were cut out, since some purely felt like filler with not much story relevance. Overall, Alien Isolation is one of the best survival horror games of recent times. It is truly terrifying and challenging. Fans of the original Alien movie will also be delighted with some callbacks to the film found in the game. Any enthusiast of the genre should check out Isolation, whether they are fans of the Alien series or not.